So as you can see, I have played almost 2,600, pushing 3,000 games of FC25. I need to go touch some grass, I need to go outside and get a bit of sunlight. However, I'm going to be talking to you about the best formations to use in FC25 and the play styles and roles that you kind of want to use in those positions. Starting off is just going to be a basic 4-4-2. I think this is one of the most balanced formations every year. It's just a case of eventually when someone finds the meta formation, which is game breaking, everyone will still rock that. However, the 4-4-2, when you play certain people which know how to play it very well, are very, very good with it. When it comes to the player roles and the tactics, what you want to do is have this on balanced or short passing. I prefer balanced, as well as the defense approach you want on high. I have played this from the get-go and I've not had a problem. They don't push too high. It'll automatic offside trap as well, and it'll be a common theme throughout this video that every formation will run a higher depth. When it comes to your player roles, your goalkeeper you want to keep on goalkeeper. Sweeper keeper is okay, but goalkeeper, they don't ever run out. You don't get chipped as much unless you've press Y on Xbox or triangle on PlayStation to rush your keeper out. Fullbacks, you both want them on to just be fullback plus with balanced. You don't want to be changing this to defend, because if you change this to defend, what happens is they will just tuck in and then it just leaves you for counter-attacks down the wing, especially when people utilise wingers a lot in this game, which will be the go-to formation which I'll show you at the end of the video. As always as well, if you enjoy the video, drop a like, it lets me know you're enjoying the content. Comment down below if you have any questions or what formation you're rocking. And if you want to stay up to date with the channel and content, press on that subscribe button. It's free and it helps me out in the long run. When it comes to your centre mids, as you can see, I will have Verts on box to box, Mateus on holding and ball winning. All this means is that when he will sit a bit deeper, and if you want him to run, you have to trigger it yourself. Ball winning just means that he's going to intercept the ball a little bit more, be a bit aggressive with it. So you want someone like a Moise Caicedo, Hullet, for example. Obviously, I'm just putting these players in because otherwise I can't actually show their tactics without it. Box to box, he has the freedom basically to go up and help the attack, as well as come help the defence as well. So in a sense, you're always going to have either that 6 at the back to help defend with your 2 centre mids sitting in front of your 2 defenders, or you're always going to have the 1 sat back, so it doesn't leave you too open for counter attacks. When it comes to your left mid and right mid, same again, they're both on inside forward. It is the go-to player role this year. You could play them on attack, however they won't come up and help the defence. So with this formation, I would put them both on balance, just because then they will come and support a little bit. So you're not just going to be overlapped by the fullback of your opponent. And then with your attackers, you just both want them on advanced forward plus with attack. Tried support, and I've also tried complete. Attack is the best one. They literally stay central, and when they play close together, you can do the 1-2 passes through, and 9 out of 10 you'll get through, especially when someone jumps out with defenders. Assignments is one that I do want to touch up on as well. Obviously, captain doesn't really matter. When it comes to free kicks, I've got a right foot on the left foot on the right. Long free kick doesn't really matter because you're just going to play it short anyway. Penalties, again, doesn't really matter because penalties are very easy as long as you get it in the green zone. And also your corners, you want a right footer, on the left-handed one to have an in-swinger, and then a right corner, you want to have a left footer for the in-swinger as well. When it comes to the corner target instructions, your target player, you want someone with aerial that will win the headers, so someone bulky like a Hullet, the Van Dijk, those sort of players, because if you whip it near post, they get the header almost every time. Near post, you then just want another sort of defender, that if it ever drops to him, he's going to win the header there. And then your back post, I just put one of my attackers there, because if you ever do get that odd DDA bounce or RNG where it just goes to the back post, you want someone there that's going to finish it for you. So that is the 4-4-2 tactic. So next up on the list, we've got the 4-5-1 second variation. This is very, very similar if you played FIFA 23, FC24, to the 4-3-2-1 that people used to play. Obviously, you would have the 4-2-3-1, but a lot of people would play the 4-3-2-1. Same again, like I said, build-up style is going to stay as balanced, defensive approach is high. When it comes to your player roles, same again, nothing changes on the defence and the goalkeeper. They just stay the exact same as the previous one. The difference is where it's in the midfield and stuff. Your left mid and right mid this time will be on inside forward attack. So what this will do is when I switch it to with the ball, they will push up and it'll play as a 3 attackers. So you basically got your 3 strikers. As much as it says they're left mid and right mid, they will play more as like that right and left second striker. When it comes to your midfielder, you want your central midfielder to be on hold and defend, or deep line playmaker. Just because when he's holding, he's going to sit a little bit deeper and it doesn't let your defense be so open for counter attacks. You're going to have that one player which is going to sit back. Deep line playmaker, same again, he will just sit more so a tiny bit deeper than what a playmakers are going to do. But if you put him on build up, then he will have that freedom to go up. So that would be more so if you kind of where you're trying to chase a lead sort of thing, when you're a couple goals down, because then you're going to send 6 players up sort of thing. but for me, I would put him on the hold in and just keep him on defend. Both your centre mids, either you want them to box and let them have the freedom to go up and down the pitch, or if you want to play more to like a 4-3-2-1, you want them both on playmaker attack, so they will support the attack. So in a sense, you'll have 5 in defence, 5 on the attack. You want these midfielders all to have like ping pass, incisive, tiki-taka, those sort of play styles, so they can link up the play fast, because it is one of those formations where you've got to move the ball quickly to create the space, otherwise you are just going to lose it a lot of the time. But that is the 4-5-1 second variation. So the third most used formation in FC25 this year would be the 4-4-1-1 second variation. This is the formation like the pros ran in the EWC, which Manu Bouchore won again, so he's now a 2-time world champion, and this is where this tactic comes from. If you haven't seen what his tactics are, you haven't watched him play, I highly recommend it, because you will learn a fair bit off watching the pros play. That's how I got a lot better, and that's how I've played so many games. Same again with this, you want your build-up style balance, defensive approach high. When it comes to your player role, same again, defence stays the same, so they're still on defender plus. Goalkeeper's still on goalkeeper, and your fullbacks are on fullback with balanced. Your midfielders, both on hold and defend, so what you want to do is keep them sitting back. If you want these to push up, like I said, you want to use your L1 on PlayStation, LB on Xbox to send them on the run. Or if you want them to come short for a pass option, you want to be pressing your R1 and RB. When it comes to the left mid and right mid, same again, they're on inside forward. Running theme through this video, inside forward is the meta and so forth, hence you're seeing a lot of the same play styles. Same again with this, you can try maybe putting one on the attack if you wanted one to be a bit more up front and help the striker instead of him dropping too deep. However, I would keep them both unbalanced. Your centre mid, you want them to be on playmaker plus. You can also try this as well as a shadow striker if you wanted, which just means he's going to play right behind the striker. However, if you want it to link up the play, you want him on playmaker. Same again, you want your 3 in the midfield to have your pinged, your tiki-taka, your incisive, your long ball plus, those sort of play styles. And then same again, you have strikers on advance forward and on attack. You just leave it as that, you haven't got to touch it. You can't go wrong with this. One thing as well, which I forgot to mention, is all the codes will be at the top below default tactic, as you can see. I will put them in the description down below as well, so if you do want to copy any of this, they'll be in the description, or you can just pause the video and just get it off there. So second to last best formation in the game, in my personal opinion, is going to be the 4-3-3 third variation, and I will explain why. This formation is so balanced when it's going forward as well as defensively. If you struggle with defending, having the 2 CDMs does help a lot, but also with this way that it's set up, it will allow them to go forward, so in a sense it will be like 6 or 7 on the defence, but then 6 on the attack as well. So you want players in the midfield again, pinged, incisive. Your CDMs you kind of want intercept, bruiser, those sort of players. Just so they win the ball a little bit more as well. The reason I like this formation the most is because instead of it having a cam and it having a centre mid, that centre mid will also help link up the play and doesn't just sit on the halfway line. The way to utilise this formation is your 3 attackers. You want pacey players which can do the speed boost, that can get away from defenders quickly and agile. They will sit on the defenders of the opposition, whereas your centre mid will come back a little bit, help the defence, but then can also spring the counter attack. So when it comes to the custom tactics, same again, it's balanced and high. I've tried it with short passing, you can rock that with this, but I still stick with balance, it just is the best one to go to. Player roles again, defenders and goalkeepers stay the exact same. The difference is your 2 CDMs are both on deep line, playmaker and build up. What this just means is that they will help cover the middle as well as their own lane, but also have the freedom to go up and support the attack, but mainly they will drop back as well. Centre mid again, you want him on playmaker. You don't want him on roaming because he will go too far wide, and if he goes too far wide he won't support the middle, which is where you want to link the play up the most. So keeping him on attack just keeps him exactly where he needs to be. When it comes to your forwards, this is where it gets a little bit different as well. You want your left wing and right wing on inside forward, which is the same go-to. However, instead of them being on attack or balanced, you actually want these on roaming. So what this allows them to do is they will come in behind the striker to make runs, but also stay wide as well, so it gives them a bit more versatility when you're attacking. And then same again, your striker's just on advanced forward attack. You just leave him as he is and he will just score the goals. Like I said, with your attackers, they all want to have low driven plus, rapid or quick step, as well as some form of possibly technical or press proven, those sort of things, with like a silver pinged, silver tiki-taka, just so to help link the play up a little bit more. But that is one of the best formations in game. I've used this all year. I know Orzio and those sort of people use this formation as well, and it works for a lot of people, so I'd say definitely give this formation a go. Same again, the code is at the top. And last but not least, this is the most broken formation in the game, being the 4-2-1-3. The way this formation sits is basically you will have your 4 in defence, your 2 CDMs sat in front, but then you have 4 players sat on their defenders ready to counter. The way to use this formation is, as soon as you win the ball, you ping it to your cam, he then just sends it out wide to your left wing or right wing, and then you just one-on-one with their fullback, and it's crazy how much space you get with this formation if you play it right. When it comes to the custom tactics for it, same again, it's balanced and high, so it triggers those offside traps like I was saying before. When it comes to the player roles, same again, defenders are on fullback, defender and goalkeeper. CDMs again, same as a 4-3-3, third variation, are both on deep line playmaker build-up. When it comes to your cam, he's just on playmaker balance. You don't want him on the build-up because he drops too deep. You don't want him on roaming because he goes too far forward or he just goes out wide. You just want him on balance so he just stays exactly where he needs to be. And then when it comes to your forwards again, your left wing and right wing, you either want these on roaming if you want him to drift in a little bit and help with the striker as another option through the middle, or you want him on attack but then they won't come back and help at all. So I would keep these on roaming, same as before, and advance forward, keep him on attack for the striker. There are other go-to formations such as the 4-2-2, those sort of things, but you don't see them as often. I do find with those formations, because it's more so cam suited, they are a little bit too open, the same as the 4-2-3-1. Decent formation now that there's a lot more players with the roles to play the cam spot with the pluses, but the go-to formations are the ones with the wingers this year. So same again, the tactic code is at the top. If you do want to copy it, it's going to be down in the description below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.